Dear brothers and sisters, in today's first reading, taken from the book of Wisdom, chapter 6, verse 10, we read, "For they shall be made holy who observe holy things in holiness, and those who have been taught them will find a defense." What it means, this very sentence to us, unless somebody teaches us that this is holy and that is not holy, and people, those who are already holy and instructing us to be holy, then only we know the importance or the depth of holiness in our life. Holiness is the foremost virtue of God and Jesus. We have many things to accept wholeheartedly that holy things exist. My own personal body is holy because God's Spirit dwells in it. House of God, with the church, chapel, or cathedral, doesn't matter. That also is holy. Person himself holy, and the place he's worshipping is holy. And there we celebrate the holy sacrifice of Jesus. And whatever things we use for the sacrifice, everything is holy. You and I cannot take for granted what is holy and accepted by everyone, and nothing can be used for your selfish gain. If you and I are able to put on our gate, "Beware of dogs," then what about putting right in front of our chapel or church or cathedral? Be aware, the place you are standing, going to enter, is all holy. But that thought doesn't go into our mind and heart. Dear friends, house of God meant only to speak to God. There are other places where we can speak, yell, or do mimicry, laugh. But the place of God is meant only for God, and it has to be for God alone, not anybody else. That place of God only used to do holy things that belong to God, not for anything, not for anything it has to be used, only to worship God, to celebrate sacrifice, and any other uh, things that come in the line of holy things. Most of the times, our churches are used and misused. That is very regretting thing for all of us. Jesus himself told, and you and I can recall when he saw in the temple of Jerusalem buying and selling taking place. He said, "Don't make my house of prayer as the house of market and trade or den of robbers. It has to be house of God." And he said further, "Zeal for the house of God will burn me up." If you consider yourself holy, the place where you're standing holy, then you value the person who is living in your body and outside your body, especially the place dedicated to worship the same. Then word of God says you will find a defense because you yourself are holy. Then you want to see everything has to be holy. Even somebody desecrates the house of God, any human body, then you and I have the right to say. But most of them we are no guts to say, because we ourselves do not feel that we are holy. The place where you're going feeling holy, because we have not understand the richness of holiness that God has given to us in everything we do. That is why we need to remember what God has said in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 2. Be holy as your heavenly Father is holy. How? By listening to his words and keeping the same words in our life.